Hey y'all, we are at Hillsborough River State Park and we're going to be here for the next few days. We're actually camping during the weekdays and not on the weekend.
Yeah, we have a show that we wanted to go see, or I wanted to go see at the Straz in Tampa. Now let's combine going to the show and coming camping. That way when we leave the show tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow evening, we've only got about a 30-minute drive coming back to here.
Right, so the show we're going to is an interactive Picasso art exhibit. Is that,
Beyond Van Gogh is what it's called.
Oh, okay, Van Gogh, not Picasso.
But
anyway, but right at the moment we're getting ready to take a bike ride, and so come along with us and we'll show you a little bit about Hillsborough River State Park. Sign up here and see what it says. Shallow circular ponds often dot the pine flatwoods, which is right out to our left. They are natural depressions formed on the sea bottom from wave action. The ponds may also be formed or deepened when acidic water dissolves limestone, which lies close to the surface. The size and depth varies with the rainfall. The areas on the outside are frequently dry, while the deeper centers of the ponds rarely become dry. Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. Varying water depth accounts for the rings of different vegetation that we see around the ponds. I wonder if we can spot him out here. Yep, there's one right straight out. the death guy. Is not my favorite people. Look at those. A haunted cemetery. Ew, scary. Oh, and a gargoyle too. Ah, let's get out of here. We are inside the little museum. Wasn't sure it was going to be open, but it is.
And it talks about the Second Seminole Indian War, which was fought from 1835 to 1842 in this area, Central Florida. And not far from here is the site of Fort King, and it's currently being restored. So we're going to look at what they've got here at this small interpretive center at Hillsborough River State Park. That was a correction. It was Fort Foster, not Fort King.
Well, there is a Fort King.
Right, but the one that they're rebuilding is Fort Foster.
Oh. Okay, and here you can see a soldier's uniform. Blue wool uniform.
Well, inside this little historical museum, we learned quite a bit about the Second Seminole Indian War. And a lot of things that they talked about in here. They talked a little bit about the Seminoles and how their major thing was they were used to the environment and they used a lot of what we would consider guerrilla tactics. And then it talked about also the American troops. And one thing that I found interesting was that the naval troops played a real significant role because there was a lot of waterways, of course, in Florida, and they used their flat bottom barges and canoes and even some steamboats, paddle wheel steamers, to get around and cross the area, and including going down and raiding some of the Indian villages. So actually it was a pretty long war as far as wars go. It started in 1835 all the way to 1843. So one interesting fact that you may have heard before is that the Seminoles never did sign a full treaty with the United States. They were the only Indian tribe, I believe, in the country that did not sign a treaty and did not completely give up. So it was a nice little museum. And as I said before, they're working on restoring Fort Foster. They've got a fundraising drive that is about 1/10 of the way through. They're hoping to get $100,000, and right now they've got about $10,000. So good luck with their restoration project. It'd be a nice backdrop for a wedding, wouldn't it?
Yeah, look at that tree. Isn't that a beautiful tree?
All three of these big old trees.
So what did you find out about this little house?
Well, it was built by the Civilian Conservation Corps, the CCC, in the 30s. They're restoring it right now. But one thing that I learned that I didn't know is there are 7 CCC state parks in Florida, and we have visited 6 of the 7.
Oh, wow.
So we have one more to do.
Which one was that?
Up in Nassau County, up near north of Jacksonville.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Fort Clinch.
Okay, well, I hope you all have enjoyed this brief, this half-hour tour, not a 3-hour tour. All right, so look at all these palms on your right and on your left.
So, until later.
We will say bye, y'all.